Hi everybody, Dave Bontempo for the Boxing Channel with a very happy Kathy Duva, the president of Main Events. Kathy, a dramatic day here. Not only did you have Kovalev in the championship fight, but a major announcement with Bernard Hopkins also. Now, what kind of tension does that cause when you've got one sitting out there and then one you still have to get to?
This day felt like it lasted about 6 weeks, and the fight, the first round, oh my God, you know, the only time he goes down, it has to be in this fight, but he slipped. It was okay.
But you know what they say, it's always the fight before the major one that's going to cause all the headaches.
Oh, sure.
This fight came together rather quickly after all the negotiations around. Take us through the last few hours and the development of the last couple of days, because that was a story in itself.
You know, we had a press conference on Thursday at around 1 o'clock. About 12 o'clock, I was pulling up to the hotel here at the Revel, and I got a phone call from Eric Gomez from Golden Boy, and he said, would Sergey Kovalev be willing to fight Hopkins under such and such terms? And I just went, yeah, sure. He said, okay, let me go back, and I basically told him what I needed. He told me what he wanted. We listened to each other. I said, yeah, if we can get HBO to come up with what we need, all this will work, absolutely. So we both went back to HBO. We told them what we needed. HBO stepped up, like the home of champions that they are, and they did their job. And by about midnight, 12 hours later, we had pretty much come to terms on everything important. Finished up a few little details in the morning, and by about 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, we had everything signed.
We've seen so many people doing the Kovalev two-step to avoid him in the last year since he's been the champion. No, not me, not me, not me. Are you surprised it was Bernard that stepped up?
I'm not, because Bernard Hopkins is what they call a legendary great champion. And great champions don't avoid fights because they're afraid to lose. They go into them because they want to see if they can win. And that's kind of a mentality you have to have if you're going to be one of the all-time greats, and that is what he is. And we are going to find out that the guy he's fighting on November 8th is also an all-time great, and that's going to make for a wonderful event. How
do you look at the fight itself?
Obviously, we think Sergey's going to crush him.
As far as the styles and how they come out, do you think we're going to see, this really explosive slugfest? Or he's talked afterward that he thinks this might be a little bit more of a scientific fight a la Bernard.
Well, Bernard will always make it a scientific fight. Sergey's job is going to be to not let Bernard be the boss. So what we're going to see is really a battle of wills. And then after that, we figure out who wins that. My guess is that person will defeat the other.
You've got a person who loves to talk in Bernard. You've got a champion that has really set the boxing world on fire. What type of a promotional effort do you think we'll see? A tour? How does it work now in these days?
We haven't had time to discuss that with Golden Boy. I would love to see them, a mini tour, go to New York, Philadelphia, maybe go to LA. I think this fight is going to be the most anticipated fight of the year, and that's quite a statement, because there are pay-per-view fights going on this year, like every weekend, and they're all good and they have great fighters in them. But my point is, I think this bout will be far more anticipated than any one that we've seen this year. So it's great. It's great that you can work with. I think we're just going to sell every ticket in the place wherever we end up and blow the roof off the joint.
Atlantic City or Brooklyn at this point, right?
Yes, exactly. They both want it, and we're going to find out who wants it more.
Okay, well, Kathy, congratulations on making the date, and I'm glad that you were able to keep it after that first round. Kathy Duva of Main Events, I'm Dave Bontempo for the Boxing Channel here in Atlantic City.